Pratham, here you mentioned that personality test. So what is it actually? Can you just elaborate it a bit?
Yeah. So आजकल like I'm reading a lot of evolutionary psychological books. Like so one is from Dr. David Buss, known as Evolutionary Psychology. And उसमें कैसा है, like I've seen there is this thing known as dark triad. So this is known as a dark triad. There is one test known as a dark triad test. So funny thing, what I do is whenever I socialize with people, like whenever I see कि यार I'm gonna meet this person more than once or twice, then I just tell them to do this test, you know.
Okay.
And this test is made by scientists and like psychologists, and it's a very proven test. Some companies even use this test before they hire their employees.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes like maybe less than 10 minutes to do this test. But yeah, it's basically, it shows dark triad. Triad is like three things, right? So what is it? Narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy.
Okay.
So narcissism क्या रहता है कि it's like the ego. You know, like लोग narcissist रहते हैं. I don't know the exact कैसा हिंदी में बताओ, but it's like narciss जो ego रहता है ना, like
थोड़ा egoistic nature रहता है.
खुद ही like खुद ही मैं नहीं क्या मैंने मराठीत बोलला तर मीच भारी.
अच्छा.
ऐसा like that.
It is like कि egoistic nature कि मैं ही भगवान है.
हाँ. So that it's actually a mental problem.
Okay.
So they actually lack real gray matter in their brain. Who are those people? You know, like narcissistic. Whoever score above 60 are basically narcissists. Like even 50 is more like towards the higher side. But then narcissism is one. Then you will know, like, you know, whether you should hire that person or not. Second is Machiavellianism. So what is Machiavellianism? Machiavellianism is basically the sneakiness, matlab manipulative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some people are obviously, and a lot of, like, you will be surprised how many people are like Machiavellian, manipulative. Like मुंह के सामने, you know, in front of your face, they will tell you one thing. पीठ पीछे they will be a different person. And they will try to manipulate people. They manipulate their way into for their good.
Okay. Okay.
So you see there how much of a factor is that. And third is psychopathy. Here, least people are there. Not a lot of people, thankfully, are psychopaths. Psychopaths basically is like what? Like basically killing and all. You know, how likely is this person going to kill someone and not feel anything about it? Yeah, so all these things are there.
तो ये मतलब कुछ questions वगैरह होते हैं उसके basis पे ये सब judge किया जाता है.
Exactly.
Pratham, I'm sure in this journey you have made lots of mistakes till date. So what are that mistakes so that the people who are watching us, they will avoid it with your experiences?
So I would say the number one mistake was learning from people who didn't know anything. You know, like, so like going on YouTube and typing like how to like get clients. That's the most dumbest way to do it, honestly. You know, going on YouTube, it doesn't really work at all. Like as I said in the last part, it doesn't really. That is one mistake, like learning from people who seem successful but really are not. Secondly is that you can say I didn't get like because I didn't have enough money, so that's why I didn't get a good mentor I didn't have a mentor. And in India कोई था ही नहीं, like, you know, like when I started,
बहुत नया फील्ड था ये.
बहुत नया फील्ड. अभी तो थोड़ा at least है, but अभी भी it's still very new in India. That is one thing. And being able to like ज़्यादा ऐसे mistakes बोल नहीं सकूँगा कि मैंने किए हैं इतने, because you know, thankfully मेरे like I'm satisfied with जैसा मेरा journey था इधर तक. But basically you can say putting in, like, I should have put in more time initially. थोड़ा और, like, you know, मतलब procrastination and all तो सब होता है. But when you're making already 30 lakhs a month at that time, like a few years back, I mean, still, like, you know, it's okay, but like बोल सकते इतनी mistakes, like इतना, I don't consider like mistakes as mistakes. I consider mistakes as learnings. Yeah.
That's a good approach. But why I asked these questions to you, because as you said, you lost time in this journey because of that mistake. So I just asked it because the people who are watching us, they will avoid it and they'll save their time, basically. So that was the purpose behind this question.
Yeah.
So do you think starting early or like procrastination, avoiding the procrastination will save their time?
Procrastination is definitely a real thing.
But it's a human nature that like you can't avoid it actually. You plan to avoid it, but you can't do it.
It depends. Like, it roots back to the desire thing. If someone has the desire,
I surely known that you are going to hit this topic only.
yeah, because it's as simple as that, right? If someone had desire to achieve, they are not going to procrastinate.
Right.
But back in the day, like a few years back, when I crossed like the 20-25 lakh mark per month, I got into procrastination. Like I started enjoying, because obviously it's a not a bad amount of money in India, right? So like, so that was okay for me. But people are at zero. You shouldn't procrastinate at zero, obviously, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So, with this, I'll just move on the next question. So, Pratham, your field is quite new in the market, at least in the Indian market. So, what are the dark sides of your industry?
That's a very nice question. So I'll tell you, see, I've seen a lot of people in this industry back in the day, like 6 years, say, like this is my 7th year now. So, isme na, the darkest side of the industry are the dark people, is what I would say.
Okay.
People who are the pretenders. Because most people in this industry, like you would be surprised, almost, you can say almost all of them are just pretending to be someone they are not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's literally like what I've personally seen, because I've personally seen their lives, because I've taught so many people also, and I've been involved in the industry, right? So I've seen personally so many people. They, I know their story actually. I know what is going on behind the scenes, but they're telling something different. They're fooling people, and most people come from people who are like selling courses here in India, of digital marketing. They don't know shit about the industry. They are making all of their money through just courses. They have never made a good amount of money through doing what they are teaching. That is the basically. And another thing is there's like simply lying. Most people are lying completely. And that is the another reason why I buy things, to show that, like most people tell that, we are making this much money, that much money. You can never see their cars. You'll never see their houses. Funny enough, you'll see people are influencers and all, they're still driving like a Maruti Suzuki Swift or something, and they're telling them doing crores. It just doesn't make sense. That's what I personally feel. People, if someone is making money, they should, especially if this we are living in a time where people really need to see to believe. That is the thing. So that's why it's good to like show. If you are buying a car, you should show like that is the thing. So that's a dark side, definitely, I would say, of the industry.
So, how people who are new in this industry, how they should believe on the people, like, yeah, this is the genuine or this is the fake one?
I would say it really comes from experience, because people can really be fooled by anyone. It's kind of like that, honestly. Like, and through an experienced guy can only tell honestly at that time. So that is why my initial advice, what I gave, was you should not learn from people at all. You should just like do it. You should just do it, and then you will get experience. And obviously, that time you'll have the lens to view if someone is real or not.